Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Ma.K at YouTube with another model video with a quick vlog detailing what's happening this year. Now, unfortunately, on the 3rd of April this month, I had a largish raid occur on my channel and one video. A bunch of very traditional orthodox model assemblers has protested a review on my Tamiya quick type extra thin cement on its use. Their preference is the capillary motion of clamping the parts together and putting the brush down. I demonstrated an alternative use of using a mix of cements to dry it quicker and clamp it together. The capillary method does not work on gunpla and older style kits that has a much larger gap or rely on a snap fit. So this upsets modern modelers quite a bit, and they unfortunately reported, downvoted, and left a massive flurry of comments. After catching it for a few hours of many hundreds of modelers protesting, I was able to pull down the video in time, and out of sheer panic and terror, announced the cease of new content on this channel and a reassessment of what my social media future is going to hold with the studio and shop. Luckily, this was an over-exaggeration and there wasn't anything like a cancelling or whatnot. This group have moved on, though they did name quite a few noticeable known modelers from professional publications, hobby stores and other businesses and YouTube channels. So this is quite concerning, and unfortunately I am under the radar of the traditional scale modelling community, and will probably be avoiding content and that sort of modelling on this channel for the foreseeable future. Now, this is not much of an issue at all, as I've been heavily focused and working on 3D printing at the moment, and I've probably been away from gunpla long enough that I have good return to that as well. I was removed from the Australian gunpla community about 2 to 3 years ago, which is no longer a factor whatsoever since we're in COVID and there's no events. Talking about events of the 2021 calendar, myself and the Salt Mine Hobby Shop will be trading at the Melbourne Model Expo on the 30th and 31st of October at the Sandown Racecourse Centre. It's going to be a reduced event on less days with no swap or sell or demonstrations. I do intend to go and support it at the best of my ability, and I've just been informed that ANANA will be attempting to run this year. There is not much in the way of a venue or a date announced yet, but the committee has just convened to start planning again, which I'm involved in. I cannot be sure if there will be a modelling workshop or not, but as soon as something like that comes up, I'll make an announcement and do the best to host an event around the anime and gunpla side of scale modelling in Melbourne. In the way of content that I'm working hard and shall be releasing over the next few days, since we did have a temporary break, today is this vlog. I'm going to do a Q&A next week. Following that is the review of Zurich paints from the Philippines, which I've been kindly donated a large variety of paints to test and demonstrate. They will be available in a link that I'll be providing shortly, as well as through the Salt Mine Hobby Shop on certain events or by mail order. You will see an example of the primer paints, metallics and specialty paints at clear. We've got the resin Anycubic Mono X working again, and that's going to be reviewed fairly shortly. The review of the Ender 5 Plus was a mass success with the 1:1 scale Pokemon, and I'd love to do more big prints. It breaks down and starts to work from here and there. It requires a few more upgrades and tinkering before it's at its ultimate running capacity, so I'm still working it and modifying it to be where I would like it to be. The injection molding machine is still on hold, unfortunately, and that goes with that. My intent was to cut my day job from full-time to part-time. Fortunately, with the heavy requirement of my time and skills needed, plus COVID making it hard to hire new people, I'm going to work full-time for a little longer, maybe the duration of this year, and next year take professional modelling a little more seriously, run more time in the salt mines, and hopefully start making my own garage kits, more content, interesting bits and pieces. In the way of the studio, I am finishing old kits that I've started over the years, some projects as old as 10 years, so lots of videos and builds you're going to be seeing coming through my catalogue and portfolio is stuff I've already started, and as I start these projects I may have documented, photographed or filmed them in a very unusual and weird way, so it's going to be a bit inconsistent, though I will document it and film it in a way that is entertaining, informative and amusing as possible. The last few videos have come across as very popular. People like the fact that it's finally being edited and filmed in HD now, which is thankful to the Filmora software that I've bought and currently using. And the final announcement is YouTube Shorts. This is a new function to YouTube where they have something called Short Shelf. It's very similar to TikTok, Vine, where they're vertical filmed videos, very short, under a minute, that shows quick film clips, skits, dancing, that sort of thing. Though since this is the content the current youth and a lot of people are consuming, it's been my intent to start a new modelling and gunpla tutorial series for a very long time, and I think this opportunity is perfect to shake up the content and film under 1 minute tip tutorials for the absolute beginner, and a way of introducing and promoting the hobby to a completely different demographic and wider audience on the internet, still keeping it within my unique style, thought process and layout. Camera angle is going to be a bit different, and the majority of the consumers is going to be, or consumption will be done via smartphone or tablets. This will not be the majority of my content, and only something I'll be doing for a temporary period of time. Once a dozen or so videos are done, I'll move on, or maybe not. But the main focus will always be longer, drawn out, in-depth videos of this format, reviews, tutorials, honing your airbrush skills, all the usual things that you've come to like and enjoy. It's an experimental stage, and it's something we've always enjoyed here at the Ma.K, being the first or doing something a bit different to set the stage, trend, whatever. All in all, that is everything for the start of 2021. Things have been going very well in the salt mines and in the way of content creating. It has been a bit of a shaky start with this incident of my video and channel being raided with complaints. YouTube has not responded to that, so we're going to continue as normal, but as cautionally as possible. I do apologise for that fright. I also apologise for not fighting back against said community, but I don't feel strong enough or adequately equipped to save this channel from collapsing if too much strikes or complaints are made against it. However, as a backup plan, I never intend to quit this hobby or what I do. I may change angles, I may go more obscure, but I'll forever be creative, documenting and sharing. In a time when YouTube is no longer appropriate or possible, changing platforms will be appropriate, and following me on as many platforms as possible in the links down below will show you where I shall be redirecting my focus. And last bit, I'm also cracking open Fusion 360 and doing a bit of CAD work, and shall be releasing some models fairly shortly. Thank you very much for watching. As always, until next time, stay tuned for further content, and we shall catch you guys later. See you later.